What's up, everyone? Welcome to the second episode of 201 Haverford Drive here in the Laflin section of wilkes-barre. All right, so today we're going to focus on the kitchen, which you could have saw if you saw the last episode. This is basically the kitchen. Let me see if I can zoom out anymore. But it's an eat-in kitchen. You got the kitchen area over there with the patio door. And then over kind of where I'm standing, you'll see from the other angle, there's room for a table. Here, let me show you that angle real quick. That is over here. So this is where your table is. We got a bunch of junk, but it's actually a pretty good footprint. So one of the things that we talked about in the last video is if you look over here, you just have this area right here and this, and that's your counter space. And we believe that that's not enough counter space to be useful. I know this is a townhouse. It's not the biggest property, but we think that in 2025, you need more counter space, which is why George, who you'll meet one of these days, he's camera shy. That's okay. We still love him. The coffee bar. So we got these cabinets and this awesome butcher block countertop, and we're going to set up like a little coffee bar area over here. Now, there's a couple reasons to do that. One, it's awesome because you're getting more counter space, more functional counter space, not garbage counter space. But because of this footprint, there's still plenty of room for a good sized table in here. So you could still have your eat-in kitchen, but we're adding counter space. So that's one of the things when we're figuring out exactly what we're doing here in the kitchen is not just doing things, but doing things that have a purpose. When I was in the military, there's the 6 Ps. What is it? Prior planning prevents piss poor performance. So we sometimes plan a little bit more than we should, but because of that, we usually end up getting a good result. So the next thing, which if you're going to follow the common theme is I was against, but I usually lose out, is these cabinets. These are nice cabinets. They're quality cabinets. Here, look down here. You got this stuff, the slow, you got the slow close drawers, which I don't even have in my own house. They're awesome. They're very nice cabinets. The wood look is a little old, little dated, a little played out. Now the fashionable thing, the Vogue thing, as they said in the 80s, is painted cabinets. Painted cabinets are that new modern sleek look that people love. So we're going to end up probably painting these cabinets. Obviously, these ugly, god-awful appliances have to go too. But going back to not just making things pretty, but making things functional is this. And this is the refrigerator. And I know it's sometimes tough to see, but it's not the biggest refrigerator in the world. It's a little short. It might only be 60 inches high. And we want to give it a little bit bigger fridge. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this cabinet, we're going to bump it up, and then a bigger thing will fit in. So I hope that's going to come out the way we intend it. We're also going to get obviously some new lighting up in here. Obviously we're going to paint it, but this is kind of the idea of what we're thinking for the kitchen layout. So let me move this, and there you go. All right, take care. I noticed something in the last video that I wanted to show you. So come take a look at this. All right, so this is the powder room on the first floor, right? So we're just talking about a toilet, a sink, and look at this. This is the world's smallest mirror. But all I could think about when I was editing the last video was this. Look at my snaggletooth. It gets bigger and bigger. By the time we're done this look, it's going to be like growing out of my face. But anyways, I just wanted to show you that, one, my teeth are all jacked up, and two, this mirror's awesome. Look at it. Look at how small it is. This is my hand. It's a beautiful mirror. I don't know. I think that's more than enough to make sure you don't have something stuck in your teeth, but maybe we'll put something in bigger. I'm not sure. Time will tell. All right, I'm going to try to go slow because I'm not the greatest camera holder in the world, but this is the color palette that we might be working from. We just kind of have it up against the wall. That's the doorbell right there in the main hallway, as you could see. Just so we can keep walking by it, get an idea, seeing what strikes us. I didn't really have a say in this, because much like with my wife, I might get listened to, but we probably aren't going to do what I suggest. But let me get a little closer so you can see. There's kind of some like bluish tint to most of this. I know grays was popular years ago, but some say that's kind of played out. But I guess to each his own, but this might be the palette we're working from. So we're up here in one of the bedrooms, and one of the things I wanted to talk about was sometimes, especially Northeast PA, kind of a flip house has a bad name. There's a lot of people that just shine shit, put lipstick on a pig, whatever you want to call it, and they're just trying to make it look like it's nicer than it is. Sometimes it's the flipper themselves, sometimes it's the subcontractors that get hired to do a job. They're more worried about speed and profit than doing a good job. So the reason why I bring it up is, let me switch. Sometimes the devil's in the details. So you got to find yourself a painter that's as anal as this. See all these little blue tape marks? These are just like tiny little imperfections that they're going to go through and correct before we start painting. Not just slapping paint in a wall. Well, that has its use, but to really do a good job and give the buyer of this house a quality house that they can be proud of, you want to find subs that do some awesome, awesome work. Check that out. I can't wait to see this room when it's done. All right, so there you have it. Some of the things that we're going to try to do to improve this kitchen is definitely add the coffee bar, which will also add more counter space. We're going to bump up the cabinet in order to supply a larger refrigerator to create some more functional use. We're also going to get rid of the wood look of the cabinets and do a more modern, sleek, visually appealing painted cabinet, as well as all the other stuff that everybody does. You know, we're going to paint it, get some new lighting up here. But I can't wait until it gets a little warmer and I can start playing out here on the patio. That's one of the few places where I actually get to do stuff. So stay tuned. That's sure going to be a highlight.